All right. Well, hello, guys. We are up here against Chinese Petroleum, and let's see how we can do in this match. Now, we do have a match congestion to worry about. We play at home against April 25th, the North Korean side, in just a couple of days. We need to make sure that we win the league. The league actually does have precedent over the AFC Cup. I know that if we do well in the AFC Cup, there's a good chance that we can get a lot of money out of it, but we need to make sure in the league that we win it. That's one of the most important things to say. So here we go we are in white, actually, so I hope I don't get too confused. We need to go back here and win this one. It is Chen Chengji who does that easily. Back to Lai Bo-lun. Lai Bo-lun, who has not given up a goal in official matches since I gave him the full-time job, over to Menegong, down to Liu Chunjie. Over to Feng Xiaochi on the left side. I'm going to move it up slowly over to Nene, and he scores. So Nene scores in the space of less than a minute. We didn't even have the ball at kickoff, and Nene scores right away. So it's 1-0 now. Boy, that didn't take a long time, did it? So Feng Xiaochi moved this up onto the left side, just as he's supposed to do, and had that great cross over to Nene, who pulled it down in his chest and fired it home like there was nothing to it, and it's 1-0 for Mars FC. And so they kick off again. That was a pretty strong wave to start for us. And Bamba ends up winning this over to Cai Yuting, back to Bamba again. I don't think that he realized that the ball came. It sort of surprised him there on the back of the heel. It's Liu Chunjie with this, over to Ndaye, over to Liu Chunjie to Ndaye again. And there's a pass over to Liu Chunjie, and he should have scored, man. That was a really good job by their keeper to get in front of that one. I was expecting him to score, and that's a rare one to see somebody from the back score that one that way, and then he gets upset, ends up fouling, and so it is. We have told these guys to get stuck in. That's one of the changes we made to the tactic, and that's helped our defense quite a bit. Feng Xiaochi over to Silla, and that's knocked up and back over to Cai Yuting with it now to Liu Chunjie. Ooh, and he just barely misses that one. I think he's playing in that segundo volante role. Yes, he is. And that's the reason why you're seeing him take so many shots. So good match here so far. Only 1-0 though, the score. Has me a little bit concerned because I do want to make a whole bunch of substitutions at halftime if we can to give these guys a chance to rest. And this is lumped forward. Cai Yuting gets back onto it over to Lai Bo-lun, and he passes it right back to Cai Yuting. Over to Ndaye now. Ndaye with it. Back to Zhou Hongyi. Up looking for Nene, and he finds him. Down to Feng Xiaochi. And it's over to Silla, then to Menegong from the side, trying to get another one in. Not quite. Only about 15 minutes here into this match, though. Chen Chengxiong over to Wu Chengyi. Now to Chen Jiahong. And Bamba wins that easily over to Chen Chengju, to Nene, down to Silla, and that's not much of a shot. It's not going to bother anybody. Still only 1-0 from Mars FC. Kind of hoping that we can turn on the afterburners a little bit here. I mean, we're only 15, 16, 17 minutes into this match, so we can't be asking for too much. Chen Chengju with it. And, that's not a shot that's going to bother anybody. It says, what a run by him down at the bottom. That wasn't much of a run at all. He walked about 2 feet. Bamba with it over to Cai Yuting. Cai Yuting down to Ndaye. Ndaye brings this up, and Chen Chengju should have had a good run there. He could have won that in the air, maybe. But instead, he decides to put on the brakes a little bit, and it's still just 1-0 for Mars FC. And as I said, this has me a little bit concerned because we want to make sure that we win this match. We can't really afford to lose another match here with Athletic Club Taipei banging down the door. Liu Chunjie with it over to Chen Chengju, over to Cai Yuting again. Finds Nene. Nene's behind the defense, and that was not really a good job, actually, by Nene. I mean, he had the angle, but the keeper was right there, and he didn't know what to do, so he just shot it right straight back at the keeper. Finally got behind the defense here, which is what we always like to see him do, but wasn't quite able to round that keeper the way that he likes to, and so it remains just 1-0 for Mars FC. And we're not seeing a lot from some of the other strikers, especially Ndaye, or strikers, shadow strikers. And Ndaye in particular has been very, very quiet. Chen Chengju running up. He's going to win this. Over to Silla. Silla down to Bamba. Over to Menegong. Menegong now right side. And there's Ndaye. And that header just not quite on target. Still hoping for at least another goal. Maybe somebody somewhere. And it's Chen Chengju with it over to Liu Chunjie. I was hoping initially that we would have the league won by this point so that we could rest some of these guys. And Ndaye with another header, this one from range. It's not troubling anybody. That's the problem, because what we're putting out here right now is basically our first team. Feng Xiaoqi throws over to Ndaye, and it's over to Chen Chengju, and that is up and off the crossbar and out for a goal kick. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This is really, that actually didn't hit the crossbar at all. It missed everything. So, yeah, we could use a comfortable lead now, maybe a little bit more than just 1-0, and Ndaye with a shot that goes absolutely nowhere. And now here they come, and this is looking a little bit dangerous for us. We do have, look at all of the players that we have had who swarmed back to try to prevent that counterattack, so we did a good job of fighting against it. Cai Yiting here with it, over to Zhou Hongyi, down to Liu Chunjie, back to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi over to Ndaye, back to Liu Chunjie. And this is up and over for Silla, who should have scored. Silla should have scored that one. He doesn't have any excuse. I mean, look at this match momentum. We've just been dominating the whole match. Silla should score this. He's behind the defense, and the keeper is out of position, right? And I don't know. He might not quite have it in him to be a shadow striker, to be attacking and taking shots by himself. That might be the thing. But then again, he's young. It's always hard to tell because he could improve. Silla with it again, and he's going to want to cross, this time over to Liu Chunjie, and ends up back with Cai Yiting over to Menegong. Menegong with it now, penetrates briefly over to Bamba, down to Cai Yiting again. Over to Bamba, back to Cai Yiting. And this goes all the way back to Lai Bolun. So there you go. Liu Chunjie with it over to Chen Chengju, and so the defender does get in the way, yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble here. We need a bigger lead than this for me to feel comfortable about taking some of the stars out, I'm afraid that this might not bode well for our second match in week, and I mean, it's really, really difficult because you're like, so which one do we prioritize? It would be nicer if we had better players in Taiwan. That's where the real problem is, right? We can get these foreign players from wherever in Africa, and, you know, they help quite a bit. Feng Xiaoqi with the shot that's going to be off everything. Foreign players help quite a bit, but the problem that we have is not the foreign players. The problem that we have is that we just don't have enough good players in country, and we have been around and around looking for them. So who needs to come off? Well, Cai Yiting is going to need to come off for Huang Chiwei, and I think Bamba will need to come off as well for, let's try Chen Yiting. And Silla I've not been particularly impressed with out there, so we're going to put on, where's the new guy? Huang Guanda is going to come on. He's upset with me because I didn't register him. I made a mistake and didn't register him for the AFC Cup. Actually, he was on the under-19s. We just bought this kid. I thought he was young, so I thought, well, he needs to, cook up a little bit, make sure that he knows how to play. He doesn't play in any of the positions that we play. Anyway, because of that, I didn't register him for the AFC Cup, and he's upset with me. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, he's a little bit nervous in his debut, but we'll see if he can do something with it. Ndaye now over to Nene, to Chen Chengju. Up to Ndaye again, and that's a good shot from him that's just not quite angled right. A little bit too high, and I think the angle was a little bit suspect as well. Still only 1-0 from Mars FC, so let's see what we can do to score a little bit more, and we're going to have to make some substitutions, I think, here coming up soon, no matter what. Again, because we're looking ahead to the next match, which is in only, I think, 3 days. It's a home match, so we're not going too far away, but we're playing against April 25th, which is a very, very good North Korean side. Menegong with this over to Ndaye, and oh man, Huang Guan does almost in position. That ball just didn't get to him. He's in position to score on his debut. Ndaye now goes up and gets this one, and he should have scored that one. How did he miss that? So a little bit of aim problems here with his foot. He's having a good match. That's the thing. He's getting himself in a great position, and he just can't find the goal. I'm not sure what it is that's preventing him from finding the goal there. But anyway, still 1-0 for Mars FC. This is a much tighter match than we were hoping it would be. Looking through this again, and right now is about the time that we need to worry about the famous fitness levels. And so we'll see what we can do. Who looks tired? Liu Chunjie looks tired. We're going to put Jen Chenwei in, and that always kind of makes me worry. And How many we've done 4 substitutions already. Okay, so the last one will be taking a die out here for Yao Gocher, who's another recent acquisition of ours, and that will be all 5. So here then is the corner as the game flips out, trying to decide if it's going to show me anything or not. And Chen Yuting just barely misses, making it 2-0 for Mars FC. So we'll see how this works. Yao Gocher is, I think he's like 30, 31. We got him not necessarily because the scouts thought he was great, but because he had all the things I'm looking for, good personality and all that jazz. And here he is, and he takes his first shot, and it's unfortunately it's stopped, but it wasn't a bad shot at all. Feng Xiaoqi there with that free kick from range, and that one almost went in as well. So we're doing all right. Here's Feng Xiaoqi one more time, and he's going to take this corner. Still 1-0 for Mars FC. This is a much closer match than I was expecting. And there are fans there too, which is another thing I wasn't expecting. Chinese Petroleum has fans. They're way up in the stratosphere, which is kind of odd because they have so many tickets. You think that they would lower the price of the ticket in the lower bowl. But, nobody thinks apparently about supply and demand. In Football Manager land, Yao Gochi with the shot that just barely is wide of the net. That was very good from him, and that's very encouraging. That's what we want to see more of. Zhou Hongyi over to Feng Xiaoqi, and Feng Xiaoqi gets it hit back to him. Back to Zhou Hongyi over to Yao Gochi, who, he should have looked down. If he had looked down, he would have seen he has all of these guys wide open, but then he gets open himself. He had 2 or 3 men wide open right in the middle waiting for a cross, and I don't know why he passed it backwards. But here, this was very, very nice. You see right there, 1, 2, 3 guys were in a good position. And here he himself got in that excellent position and got a good shot on goal. That's a very, very encouraging sign. That's a second one. The first one, not so much. The second one's encouraging. It makes me think that this guy will be a very effective substitute for us. Chen Chengju over to Nene. Nene, beautiful pass to Jen Chenwei. And unfortunately, his shot has a little bit too much oomph on it. But that's what we like to see. Threading the needle, and Leibelin makes the big save, denying them of what would have been the equalizer. We only have about a minute left here of match, and we're going to try to waste as much as we can. Only 1-0 lead here, and I'm a little bit concerned because this can go either way from here on out. So let's see what happens. And it's not going to work so well. Okay, Zhou Hongyi is able to go back and win that one in the back over to Huang Chuwei. Huang Chuwei knocks this one over for Nene, and Nene's nowhere even close to it. It doesn't really matter because they only have seconds left to do whatever they're going to do, and now they don't even have the ball. We sort of sit back and wait, and that will be the end of it. So Mars FC come out with the win by the skin of our teeth. We had a 3.59 XG, only scored 1 goal, but only 50% of the possession. I really got to hand it to Chinese Petroleum. They played a good match. So there you have it, 1-0 Mars FC with the win. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.